Okay, let's go. Okay. So there is a little cut, but we don't care, okay? So today we're gonna talk about unicity in the blockchain space and mostly NFTs that are the tokenization of this unicity. And because we want to welcome a lot of people in the bunch, first we have a gift for you. So Banshee is about flowers, love, and you are all welcome. It's a Théo first, so if you want to win this cool bunch of flowers, just ping us on Twitter. So you have 1 hour to send a picture, send a gift, send some love on the Bunchy, and we will do a competition, a lottery to find a winner. So this is yours, and this is ours. So let's move in a bit. So Banshee protocol, let's go. Let's jump in the subject, GFI and NFTs intersection. We can expect all activity and economical activity to be tokenized on-chain in the coming future. And this will be mostly done via NFTs because NFTs are just perfect to tokenize any kind of service or product that can be put into world. This was written in the Crypto Anarchist Manifesto. It's from 40 years ago. And this is what NFTs are unlocking. So let's jump at this amazing intersection of both markets. First, we have the financial NFTs, which are about what NFTs can bring to GFI. So we will talk about that. Then we have investing. How are we going to ape in the NFTs? How are we leverage our NFTs? How are we make some cash? And some financial services, obviously, because it's always about value and economical optimization. What we need for NFTs is pricing. Pricing a ERC20 is super easy, basically, because it's fungible. But for NFTs, it's much more difficult, so we will jump into that. Finally, lending, which is my favorite part, because lending is just the layer base to open financial services on top of any tokenized capital. And also this new aspect of NFTs, which are infra economies into NFT collection. Let's jump on financial NFTs. Who there did know that Curve was tokenizing your position under NFTs when you do some cross-asset swap? You did. That's a really nice point. Actually, most of people think Uniswap were the first one to use NFTs to tokenize financial position. But Curve, 6 months before, when they start working with synthetics, use this mechanism to cross-asset swap a very large amount of liquidity. Then we have Uniswap, the famous V3 position that we are all still looking to optimize. And finally, Alpha Finance, which is using ERC 721, so a kind of, no, 1155, a kind of hybridation to tokenize your position. Finally, Yearn is offering insurance products via NFTs to avoid KYC. Then you have pricing, so you can floor at the price NFTs by creating synthetics for those. This is what Nifty and NFTX are doing. So they just have a ERC20 equivalent of your NFTs. So you enjoy the advantage of fungibility to price your NFTs. You have average price, which is done by Yuma and YAM, which is mostly a synthetics, and crowd appraisal by Upshot. So each of us, if we know about NFTs, we could determine an approximate valuation of those. Then you have investing, and the leaders maybe in that are Blackpool with their funds management. So what they do is using quantitative trading strategies to beat the market, which is pretty productive, I think, in respect to their results. Then you have the index we talk about, which are cool, and collective ownership. So how can we invest in just a piece of NFTs? So we can use fractional. We can use also Season DAO, which is a new kind of fractionalizer tool with included governance tool. So you have a snapshot. It's like the launchpad for DAOs. And I believe Season is really going to be super, super big. And mostly you will use your NFTs as collateral on Banshee via seasons. Finally, we have NFT trading, so Jenny, which is an aggregator. Let's talk about the novelty of the last months, maybe the last 2 months, the NFT infra communities, because NFTs are collections, they are like whole universe. So it's not anymore about just the NFT, but it's about a vertical, a story where you need some firepower to incentive people to build. So Loot, for instance, launched the A Gold. You can stake your Kongs to obtain bananas, and Cool Cats, I think, are launching ERC20 soon. Into this NFT infracon, you also have the End project, which rather than to have a governance token, is a fully permissionless Finnish collection that anyone can use, and some DAO are pumping on top of it. But you can govern the End, which is pretty different from a Loot. And finally, you have Nouns DAO, which has its own economy about gathering the secondary fees and using them to finance some stuff. Let's talk about the best part, peer-to-peers and peer-to-contract lending for NFTs. The theory stipulates that any capital should be used in the financial ecosystem. This is how you make your capital work for you. This is how you have time to be creative. And this is what we want to do at Banshee, with a peer-to-peer super efficient protocol to create debt on any token, ERC20, 721, 1155, CryptoPunks. So any tokenized capital can be used on Banshee to generate a revenue for you, and I think that's pretty big. Then we are the first peer-to-contract protocol, so you have all the advantage of Aave, instant liquidity of standard protocols for your NFTs as collateral. So maybe let's jump on a demo. It will be even more fun. So this is Bunchy. Nice to meet you all. So you earn on Bunchy. That's our promise. It's about personal capitalism. So generate passive income on top of your asset. And you can leverage all your capital with two kinds of products, banking, and there's another one that is even much powerful, I think. And we integrate Yearn because we always want to find the best yield for you. This is our promise. You will stop working, you will be creative, and we will all make it. So let's collateralize. Let's deposit some Punk. We support Punk, the real one in the mainnet, but this version is running on a fork, so it's ready to be deployed, but we need to use wrap Punk on those. So that's a nice UI, actually, and I will just deposit a Punk. Who there got some Punks, Bored Apes, or let's say large popular collections? 10? Okay. So then you can use your NFTs as collateral, and even the less popular collections. So that's it. I'm depositing. We are launching on Ethereum in approximately 4 to 5 weeks. You got the S factor to monitor, because you don't want to be liquidated, so you always none. Okay, why not? Can we refresh? But anyway, you can deposit, and then you can borrow, and you manage your else factor to avoid being liquidated. It's permissionless liquidation, and okay, why not? But in another universe, you will just borrow some DAI, and it will be pretty cool. But that's for something else. Anyway, it's Bunchy. This is the first part of the product. This is the peer-to-contract aspect, but we also have a bond product, which can be even more powerful. So starting from now, there are two kinds of NFTs. There are the ones that are passively dying for you, which represent a greater cost of value, and they are just bearing about inflation. And there are the other ones deposited on Banshee. Look at them. Don't they look just super vibrating? So get ready to deposit your NFTs and access personal capitalism, which will be the most biggest leap toward humanity freedom since personal computer, I think. Also about the Banshee ethos. So Banshee is DAO first, which means no institutional money into the bunch, lot of contributors, no co-founders, just initial contributors, and us everywhere looking to build and leverage. So this is a society. I think it's even much bigger than a DAO because it's also about culture. It's about bringing people and having core values that unify all of us to build powerful products, because community is the moat, and technology, when it's open source, is not that important at the end. So Banshee is getting ready. You're going to leverage your unicity because this is the only things we got at the end. So trust in yourself, trust in your NFTs, because they will farm for you. Yeah. And finally, yeah, you have 1 hour to ping us on Twitter, and feel free to ask any question. We have a lot of stickers, and we have this bunch of flowers for you. So up to you, and we will be glad to meet you.